It is already August. Wow, where did time go? So, things have changed quite a bit here in my rabbit hole. Welcome, I'm Laura, and I think right now I have the most pens inked up in a while, at the same time. And that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy because I thought I would reduce my fountain pens in use again or stay at 6 pens. But guys, I have 10 pens inked up right now. And another one that I need to clean out. So it's a lot. It's really, really, really a lot. And I want to share so I think there are quite some surprising pairings in there. In like already the first days with them have been very interesting. And I think I'm getting to know my pens better, and I just love that. I just absolutely love that. So let's start. As you know, I'm always writing on 2 different papers. This is Rhodia paper, Rhodia cream paper, and on the right side there is a, I would say, vintage book that my grandma gifted to me when I was a child, and I don't know the paper, but it's the best in the world. Yeah, but unfortunately I cannot find out what paper it is because, I mean, it's not branded or anything, and it's so old, so there's no way. First pen that I have inked up is my Sailor Pro Gear. This is the full size. This is not the slim size, it's the full size, with a medium fine nib. And I had this also last currently inked, and it's still going strong. Let's see how much is in there. Yeah, I think it's still like at least half full or so. Let me see against the light. Yes, I think more than half full, because yes, I'm using it quite a lot, but it has a medium fine nib, and the medium fine nib really doesn't leave a lot of a lot of ink on the paper, I wanted to say. So today I'm trying a new format also. I hope you like it. In my book. So hopefully you can see the ink better. Sailor Pro Gear in the Fika Cup is the model, with a medium fine nib, and in it is Berlin notebook number, is it 1 or, I think it's number 1. I need to cheat on the side, but I think even I have it. Oh my gosh, it's inked up for quite some time. Let me quickly look on my cheat sheet. Number 1 blue. Yes. And on the Rhodia paper, the pen feels good. I mean, it feels really good. But I don't like the texture with other pens, so with this pen it's really, really good. Let me see. I think this will be a bit more crammed in here because 10 pens, guys. 10 pens. Sailor Pro Gear Fika Cup in medium fine. And on this paper, nearly everything is amazing. So, yeah. I am sad. I have used this combination, pen and ink, quite a lot in my journal. Well, actually exclusively in my journal, because in my planners at work and in my personal planner as well, I am using just one pen, which you will see as well. Next pen is let me quickly draw the quadrant. Platinum. I don't, the 3776. There is normally another word in there, but I never can remember, and honestly, I don't care. And this is a limited edition with Stationery Station in Japan. And if you haven't seen my new pen video from this pen yet, you don't know that I went far and beyond my usual buying habits for this pen. Basically, what happened was that I was like, I need this pen. And so I even searched for proxy shippers and ordered it this way, because it isn't available otherwise. And the ink that is in there, I just have popped in the cartridge that was coming with it because I was feeling lazy. Tsukikusa medium, platinum, blue, black. And this nib also doesn't bring down a lot of ink. I think I'm a bit heavy-handed with this pen because I would like it to be a bit wetter, but it's super good. But as you can see, there's still a lot of ink left. I don't know if you can see it only here. This bit has some bubbles in there. But I have, especially this time, I've noticed that I am quite heavy-handed with quite some pens in my lineup, and that isn't good. And if you're waiting until the last pen in the lineup, I mean, it's just perfect. It's just perfect, and I'll come to it. I will come to it and explain. So next up, we have just a beauty of a pen and a beauty of an ink. Maybe I'm doing it from left to right so that I don't smudge anything. This is my Pelikan M805 because it has silver trim. Blue Dunes, and this is a fine nib. This is a medium. I don't know about you, but this doesn't look like a fine to me. In there I have actually a shimmer ink, which is named, I need to cheat on the side, KBC All That Glitters. Where is it? Stardust Blue. You know what? I am actually sometimes how do you say, I don't remember how it looks because it says blue, but it's so dark. It's so dark. So to me, I don't know. Yes, it's blue, but so dark. And the ink is performing really good in this pen. But what I have to say is actually that it had some hard starts. Pelikan, I feel cramped with this nib. 805. This is like 1 centimeter I gave myself per row. So it's 5 millimeter, like a 5 millimeter grit. Blue Dunes with a fine nib. KVC, all that glitters. Stardust blue. Yeah. I hope you can see the colors better with this, me making the square and everything. Next up, we have a Pelikan, another Pelikan, and this is not the 800, this is the 600 size, but not 600, but 605, because of course this is also with silver trim. So this is the Pelikan M605 dark blue with a medium nib, and this nib was tuned for me a bit by, so I don't remember, was it Jose Monera or was it Annabelle Hiller? I actually don't remember. I need to look it up. But basically this nib had so many, like this was such a hot starter, and they tuned it for me so that it isn't anymore, because it had really bad baby's bottom. But in order for it to work right now, I like, there is a sweet spot, and normally my writing angle is quite low, and then it's still not working as good. So I'm trying to write a bit more upwards, but yeah, especially on very slidey paper, like how is the word for it in English? I only have the German word in my head. Glatt. I need to write the ink down. Yeah, it's hard starting a bit. On rougher paper, it's way better. Robert Oster. And this is Purple Jazz. So I thought, because it's quite like cold, I don't know if it's purple, but even if it's either it's a purple leaning blue or the other way around, I really don't know. But maybe it's not even important, you know. Pelikan M605 dark blue, medium nib. Robert Oster. I have a different nib for this as well, and I think after writing, like after emptying this and cleaning it, I will put in the other nib again, because I have an this is a dual toned nib. This came with it. I think this is the original, but I also have a just plain silver M605 nib, and I just like the look of just the, yeah, all silver trim. But this is also very beautiful. So next up we have a very special pen. A very, very special pen. This is the first pen that I have owned in my hobby time. So you've seen this already when you have seen, for example, in my 8 pen questions video, I'm explaining how my fountain pen hobby started, and I have re-inked this. And by the way, yes, like last month, this seems very blue, but guys, I'm promising you there are some other colors this time as well in my currently inked, okay? There will be. Wait for it, wait for it. I wanted to have some more color than just blue, so basically. But this I have re-inked because I've used it again at work and in my personal planner. This is the Lamy Studio in all black. And I'm getting used to this nib and I really love it. I really, really, really love it. Because this is a reverse architect grind by Jose Monera, and the ink in there is right now diamine blue black, which, by the way, I thought this ink would be more boring, but yeah, it's not. It's just not. And this reverse side, is it written with an E? I don't know. Tell me, please tell me. This is fun with these little quadrants. I've never done it like this, but I really like it. It's almost a bit too fine on the normal side for me. Yeah. Is it... am I weird? Maybe I am. It's great for work. Yeah, maybe, what did I do? Like this. I'm enjoying this, but the next 2 weeks I will not work, so I already discussed with myself if I should actually unink it. Yeah, but the fill isn't empty, so I guess not. Moving this a bit up, we have a vintage pen. Guys, this is the first showing of this pen, I think, at all. This is a very narrow pen. No, this is not the first showing, sorry. Of course, I got a grind from Jose Monera on this nib because I ruined it before. Yes, I ruined it. I was very early on in my fountain pen hobby, and guys, there is some color now. Look at this, and some shimmer again. Yeah. So I was really, Reform P125. I cannot talk and write at the same time if I have to think about what I'm saying. Very early on in my fountain pen hobby, I discovered that there were pens to buy in the internet secondhand. So basically on eBay, secondhand, I got some really cool pens, but back then I was like, I want a black pen. I only want black pens. So I also bought this one. And then I was super unhappy with this because this was a new out of the box, how do you say, new old stock or so. And it was brand new, but of course it's a bit older. I think it's from the 60s to 80s or so. I actually don't know. I have it in my stats, but if you're interested, please ask me that I'm answering it. I'm too lazy to go to my stats right now. So basically the nib was shit. Sorry. I didn't swear. No, I didn't. And but it really was. It was so scratchy. And then I was like, yeah, I have some nail files at home. Nail files? How do you say in English? Nail to remove the length. And so basically very, very like sandpaper, different grades, you know. And people were like, oh yeah, you can do this, you can do this. No, I couldn't. And I totally ruined the nib and made a big angle on this nib and ground it until it was buttery, but the edges were sharp. And I just have ground, can you imagine, a ball, and I have ground half away, okay? So yes, it was smooth finally with this like half circle, but I mean, it was not even like, it had a weird shape, the nib, so I didn't like this. Yeah, so finally I got a grind on this. I got an architect grind, and this is a reverse. Really fine. I don't like it as much, but it's still very perfect. And then I have an ink in there that you don't know, because I just got it recently on a whim. I'm saying this too often on this channel. Emerald de Chinois. I cannot talk, like I cannot say this in French. And yes, it's Chakerba or something, but it's so long. No, I'm just writing Herba or Herbin, however you would pronounce this. So this, I need to show you like this, is a fun nib now, and I love it. I just love it. And the ink, yeah, I just got the bottle. I always wanted to try a sample, but no, I just got a bottle because I ordered from a store where I was like, oh, I have a card, how do you say, a gift card, and I needed to order something else, and I saw they have some inks, not some fancy things, but Herba glitter inks, and I was like, do they have Emerald de Chinois? And they sure had. And I mean, it's not a fancy fancy shop. I just needed some I think it's an art shop or so. I needed some paper, and so I threw it in the cart, and I didn't even pay anything for it. If you're wondering why is she able to buy such an ink just in a stupid paper shop online, ordering some paper from an art store, well, guys, maybe you sit in America or somewhere and you don't have this like possibility, but I'm in Germany, and here people do write with fountain pens in school, and ink is, yeah, for calligraphy and stuff. You can buy it in shops around the corner. I know this is not great for Americans to hear, but I'm fortunate in that. Of course, my hobby has expanded way more above this, yeah, what they have just in the shops nearby. But still, of course, I am very fortunate with that. Next pen is my Esterbrook Estie, and I didn't change the nibs. I still have my special grind on there, and I totally love it. I need to do this differently. And guys, I'm using a glitter ink as well on this pen, so I guess I have 3, and there's one more to come, for glitter inks right now inked up in my pens. Who am I? Oh my gosh, this nib, look at this, how this looks with my writing. I just adore it. And guys, do you know how many times I have looked this pen up before ordering it? Do you know this? I mean, guys, I think for a month, a few times per week, a lot of times per week, I must confess, I just, let me write this quickly. I think I stalked the pen. I watched every video, and natural green, every video there is on it. I looked at all the photos, how many yellow is there, how many green is there, and guys, I do not regret it. I just love it, because I was concerned with a very yellow pen that this wouldn't be as nice for me. And on videos sometimes it, like even here, I think it looks a bit more green than yellow than how it actually is. Maybe not here right now, but I don't know, it's just a weird color combination as well, you know. And so I wanted to go sure it's not weird and that I don't like it. But also this nib is amazing. I got this nib from fpnibs.com. I'll link the shop down below. By the way, I have no affiliate links. I'm not getting money for any of this, okay? It's just what my experience is. So, sorry for the quick stopping here. My phone alarm went on just now, so I don't know. I think you saw me babbling about this pen and this nib. I don't know where I was. Yeah. Oh yeah, now I know again. On this paper, guys, this pen feels even better. And this ink, I'm loving. This is my very first inking with this ink, and I think a theme which you can see is, like, especially also with the other 3 that are coming, I am inking up, or I try to ink up all the inks that I've not used until now, and all the pens. So a lot of, yeah, first impressions here as well. And I just got nuts a few days ago, natural green, because I wanted some color in my journal. I didn't want blue anymore so much, so I needed to ink some pens up, and then suddenly I had 11 pens inked up. I did a pen and ink pairing review that should be on my channel already, with my Esterbrook Estie in Botanical Garden. It's laying next to me. I need to clean it out. And yeah, now we're at 10 pens. And this is also a very interesting combination to me. Like, for example, these 2, Emerald of Chihuahua and Dominant Industry Natural Green, these two pairings are just perfect. I mean, the flow is amazing. But with this twsbi diamond 580 in smoke rose gold with a fine nib, and diamine ochre, which I also got from the Dutch pen show, as well as, which ink was it? Oh yeah, Stardust blue. What I wanted to say is, with this ink and pen, I feel that it's way drier than, like, it's a good combination and the shading is good and I like it, but I would just love it, I think, a bit more, like a tad more, if it would be a bit juicier. Because I'm also quite heavy-handed with this nib and I don't like this when I have to do this in order to get out enough ink for me that it feels good. Diamine ochre, also not used in a pen until now. I mean, it's wet. Maybe it's the fine line. I don't know. I mean, here it seems quite wet, but yeah. Maybe it also was the paper. Onto my river paper, it feels even a bit more dry. Yeah. Guys, I think this is a pen that I've never shown you before. And I need to, like, move it because there are also some shimmer particles in there. So I definitely was, I wanted to look at this ink, and I knew that this ink would go with its first inking in this particular pen because it's quite a light ink, and this nib is juicy as freaking something. So if you have never tried a vintage Pelikan nib and you would like some bounce, do it, guys. Seriously, do it. This is the Pelikan M 400 NN in tortoise shell, I think it's pronounced in English. I know the German word better. I'm normally writing that down. Schildpad, which doesn't sound nearly as good as tortoise shell. And this has a medium vintage nib. And in there is dominant industry, how is it called? Dutch Moorlands. I have a bottle of that and I have not used it until now, I think for a few months. So you can tell that, yeah, I have some inks and pens and I wasn't able, because of all of them, like of the mass of them, to go through them and like to use them properly enough. This pen actually feels better on rhodia paper, which surprises me, but well, it's such a the only thing which I have against this nib is that sometimes it has some hard starts. Yes, maybe I didn't find the right angle until now because I'm not using it that much, but sometimes it feels like the upstroke, I'm catching the paper and the nib is wants to bend down, and that doesn't, like, it catches and it makes, like, if you like, maybe I can explain it with my hand. It's like, because the nib is like bent down a bit, and that's its normal shape. That's normal. Sometimes with the upstroke, it feels like it's going up, catches, and then goes after when it's like bam, 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 bam. You know what I mean? So like bam, 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 like this. And this doesn't feel good. But I just still love this pen. It just looks so good, and it's a very special pen in my collection, and also with a tortoise shell. Yeah, but it's also very thin, so the comfort level is of course not there, and I have to concentrate because of the hard starts. But besides that, which is quite a lot actually, I love it. Yeah, I just love that it's so juicy. I think this is the thing that it has going for it the most. And guys, the grand final, honestly, the grand final is my new vanishing point, palette vanishing point, because guys, I didn't think that I would find the perfect pairing right in the beginning of inking this pen or this ink. This is the Pilot Capless or VP less with a, and this is a limited edition, and let me see which year, because I do not know the name, because I think it's 2020, because there are 2020 pens of them, like 2020 pens. Limited edition, of course, in black, and this has a medium nib in there. And I think I was able to, when I bought this pen at the Dutch Pen Show, I was able to switch the nib that was in there, because there was a fine in there with a different nib, and I'm so happy with this. I mean, so happy. And the ink, if you've seen my random unboxing, where I just went into a store and bought Sailor how's it called? Shikiori Okuyama. Yeah, that's in here. And guys, this, I thought in the swatch that it would be so much lighter, but this pen is so juicy. Look at this, and it is beautiful, and it's writing so good. And what I told you before, that this is just perfect, is also because it slides over the paper. I don't need any pressure, I'm barely touching the surface of the paper, you know. So yeah, I am stunned by this nib, because I only dip tested it at the show, and also by this ink. And I'm like, why did I buy again an ink that is just looking like, why is it this feathering on this paper? Let me see later. Shikior, again, sorry, Sailor Shikiori Okuyama. So first, where has this ink been all the time? And secondly, it just looks like diamond writer's blood. Maybe I need to compare them, but on the tiles they look completely different. Well, I could try to compare them actually on this paper, but I don't know where. I actually don't know where. Let me quickly look if I am finding diamond oxblood, writer's blood. Yeah, so as you can see here, I cannot, how's it? Yeah, it's very similar. Maybe this is this is a bit more cold maybe. But yeah, just a tiny bit. So I guess I'm into dark reds, even if I thought I would never like red inks, but hey, there we go. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a great time with me. I definitely had. And if you're interested now in seeing my experience with this pen, this is the Esterbrook Estie Botanical Garden, like I showed before, and my last pen and ink review, then definitely go here. See you soon. Bye.